are you?
Oh, don't mess up my shot. Don't mess up my shot. Don't mess up my shot. Please. I've got a perfect shot on it. Awesome.
We'd just like to welcome all media to the post-fight press conference. What can I say? Just want to really thank Brook a lot for taking the fight. As Abel said, we think he could have beaten a lot of middleweights tonight, just not Gennady. Our understanding is he fractured his orbital socket, one of the punches that Gennady had thrown, and so we think it was a wise decision to stop the fight because Kel certainly has many more championship fights in his career, regardless which weight he decides to fight at. I want to thank Eddie Hearn for being such a gracious host. It couldn't have gone smoother from the negotiations. As we said, it was signed literally in 2 days, and ever since then, took the boxing world by surprise and reached a fevered pitch. If you looked on Twitter tonight, Eddie's the king of Twitter, but it was out of the top 10 categories, there were probably 4 related to the fight. So it was a great promotion. You see when 2 undefeated champions and fighters of that caliber fight each other, you see how the fans respond. So we really want to take our hats off to Eddie and his whole staff at Matchroom and thank all the fans that showed up to the O2, all the countries, all the TV stations that televised it around the world, over 100 countries, especially HBO, RTL in Germany, and naturally Sky in the UK. It was just a tremendous effort emotionally from all the media. Eddie, you want to say a few words?
No, just thanks Tom and Gennady, especially and Abel, and all of the team over also thanks. I felt like it was a great fight, a great occasion. I hope Gennady enjoyed the atmosphere, the walk-ons, the energy of British fights. Very proud of Kel. Thought he put up a great fight. Thought that although the crowd always want to see the duel to the end, thought Dominic Ingle did a great job. He's gone to hospital. I think he's broken his eye socket, but he's okay. And I think Kel has a huge future in the sport of boxing. I think if he was a middleweight stepping up to fight Gennady Golovkin, then I think the effort would have been great. But the fact that he came up, 13 pounds to take on Gennady Golovkin, I think says a lot about Brook, and I think he's proved he has a good chin as well. Because although Gennady hurt him in the first round, the second round was epic, and the third round was just as good, and the fourth round was unbelievable. And I wish we could have had a few more rounds, but thank you all for making this a huge event, and I'm sure you've got questions for Gennady.
Abel, there was rumors that that Triple G was kind of under the weather. Was it jet lag? Was it what was the situation with Triple G?
I don't really know how those rumors came out. I think it was because the media wanted to do some interviews after the press conference. Gennady had gone home to the hotel, and they thought he wasn't feeling well. So I think it just kind of like snowballed from there. So Gennady's a professional. Abel will tell you he's done this so many times, both as an amateur and as a professional, that it doesn't matter where he fights. As long as we can put someone in the ring with him, and we have to take our hats off to Brook, because the way Kel fought, as Eddie mentioned, that second round was epic. It just was a tremendous round. The way they were just going back and forth, and how Kel was able to land some shots on Gennady. Abel can tell you some more about just being here in London and the final week of preparation for the fight.
I think after the press conference, he did some interviews, and then took him back to the hotel. On the weigh-in day, it took us an hour and 40 minutes to get to the weigh-in from the hotel, and we stop and go through city traffic, and I think it pissed him off a little bit. He was at the point now where he just wants to fight. I think Paulo Maldonado did an interview, understanding from a fighter's perspective, what it's like to be trying to make weight, and then to have that ride and that long wait. He just wanted to go back to the hotel and do his thing.
Dan?
Congratulations, Gennady. At what point in the fight did you feel like you had taken Kell Brook's best punch and that his power was not going to be any detriment to you and that you could go to him and just unload your punches the way it seemed you did most of the fight?
I don't feel power. I feel very good speed, Kell speed, and distance. You know, he's a very good fighter. You know, after second round, after first round, I feel I'm stronger a little bit. You know, just second round. I want like not boxing. You know, I'm like crazy. You know, like I want street fight. I want to bring dramatic show. I want Brook. You know, because I believe, I feel he's a very good fighter. And he's not strong. He's not middleweight. No, okay, maybe he's strong. He looks good. He looks strong. Not first fight. You know, he needs time. And respect Kell, his team. Thank you very much for promotions. Really. You know, just amazing atmosphere. Today I'm very enjoying.
So did any of the shots, he did hit you clean, and like most of your opponents do, at one point or another, but you just kind of brushed him off,
It
no?
was a little bit for me. He punched me just, and I know like too much punches. You know, just I don't feel power. I said, just come on, just come on more. You know, I want more.
Gennady, does Kell rank among your toughest opponents? Is he one of the toughest you've got?
He's changing. Seriously, Kell is a good fighter and he's undefeated. You know, different power, different size. I feel this. And sometimes, like, okay, Steven, so Lemieux, he has more power, not same class boxing. Okay, he's more power. I feel right now it's different. He's more boxing, but I want more street fight.
Were you surprised when he threw in the towel?
I think he's smart. Respect his smart. You know, respect his his coach because you know, seriously, last round he feels very good. He can breathe, he can move, and he's finished. I think he's smart. Respect his coach.
Tom and Andrew, was there ever a moment when you were worried when Brook started to fight back?
No, I was worried that they weren't going to stop him. I say you get seriously hurt. In the last round, the last 20 seconds, when you just see the towel waving, we could go back and look at the tape, a couple of probably 8, 9 clean punches. They may not have been devastating punches. Those are the kind of punches that hurt you, that hurt you permanently. So that's what I was worried about. I was worried that they were going to be too brave. Kell was a warrior, a brave warrior. He's not going to give up. We have to be smart in the corner. We have to be smarter. We can't let the 20,000 coaches in the audience dictate what happens to our fights. And Dom did the right thing.
Gennady, who do you want to fight next? What's your favorite fight?
I'm open for it. My goal is to hold the belt in the middle division. I want unification fight. This is just understand. Absolutely, I love it. I love it. The atmosphere, I love it. Huge fan in London. Absolutely.
We tried to make that fight here in the UK before we even had discussions with Eddie, and it didn't go very far. So hopefully, when Billy Joe, Eddie sees the reaction that he's got here in the UK, and from what I understand, this guy box office very well tonight, and maybe we'll have more courage, or not courage, but more incentive, I guess is a better word, more incentive to actually get in the ring. But you never know, like Gennady says, he's open to fight anyone, and whoever's out there. Gennady always makes a great fight. We understand the WBA is going to order the mandatory with Jacobs. Jacobs just fought on Saturday, so that would be a great fight. I have a lot of respect for Eddie Jacobs. Hopefully we can make it.
Eddie, better numbers than Joshua White?
Yes.
Eddie, there was always going to be a big ask for Kel tonight. Is there any sense that perhaps it wasn't the right thing to do since the fight's finished?
No, we had the same problem at 147 pounds that Gennady has at 160 pounds. Honestly, no one wanted to fight him there. You know, it's either pay us, you know, small name fighters pay us, you know, millions of dollars to come. That's why we had to pay a big name fighter to come, because at least we know it's good business. You know, at welterweight, you look at the division, who is good business? Furman, you know, Porter, who Kel's already beaten. Danny Garcia doesn't want to move. That Adrian Brown is in prison. Like, what? So, and then you look at light middleweight, you've got Canelo's fighting Liam Smith. You know, Canelo's running from him. I mean, it's like not being funny. It's none of my business. But as a fan, I want to see Gennady Golovkin against Canelo. It's the biggest fight in world boxing. How can you ignore that fight and vacate your belt? You know. But anyway, that's another story. That's for them to write. But for Kel, like no, it was a very bold move. And Abel's right. You know, it's a great line I'm going to use myself. You can't let 20,000 people, you know, work a corner, because Dominic Hill is going to get a lot of criticism. But you know, Kel's in hospital now. I mean, he's going to be out for a couple of months. But you know, Peter Nelson's already come up to me and said, you know, we need to talk about Kell Brook, and that was part of the plan. It was to broaden the brand of Kell Brook internationally. We always knew he was good enough to compete with Gennady Golovkin. We hoped he'd win. But whatever happened, we knew he would compete, and he didn't. So actually, I think it was a very smart one. But thank you.
Gennady, would you be still interested in fighting Christian Event Jr. if that came up?
What about doesn't know? Seriously. What about if there is no one in the middleweight? You move up, wait to start somewhere in different weights. I have a dream. Maybe goal this, all those in the middleweight. Awesome. Yes. Seriously.
Yeah, I can answer that from a promotional standpoint. If we can't get the unification fight, if we can't get another top name, that's what we, you know, James DeGale fight would be a great fight over here. We tried to make the Carl Froch fight a while ago. That would be a great fight. I keep telling them, bring Carl in the locker room to congratulate him. Carl was on you know, commentating against Sky, and you know, there's Ramirez is undefeated. He's the WBO champion at 168 pounds. So those are all great fights. Naturally, his focus is on the middleweight division. If we can make a unification fight, we can make a great fight middleweight, and one of the super middleweights decide to fight him. I mean, look, Andre Ward moved out of the middleweight division because there weren't any big fights for him. So he's fighting now. So if he moved out, you know, it wasn't you know, big fights for him there. Although I know a lot of people want to see him tested against bigger fighters. If the opportunity presents itself, if it's a big fight like tonight's promotion, certainly that's something that we would definitely put together.
We talked about what fights this year, or
According to Gennady, he wants to fight as soon as possible. So, you know, we'll start the negotiations with Jacobs and see how far we get. Just because the WBA orders it doesn't mean he's going to take the fight. Doesn't mean he can make the fight. The WBC mandated Canelo. So, you know, just because he's has mandatory obligations on a mandatory position doesn't mean he can actually make the fight. So we'll see how that progresses. And if that doesn't go, if we can't make that fight, then certainly, like you said, unification fight.
I think it might eventually happen, whether it's in the year or 2 years, you think eventually you will
Hope in the future. Maybe after today, he's ready. I hope. Seriously. I want to.
Just go back to your question when you said were we nervous when he was getting hit. I was sitting next to Eddie, and Eddie was getting excited when he was getting hit. For me, as a promoter, naturally, Abel is much more calm and collected in the corner. You know, but Kell Brook was hitting him clean. He was hitting him with uppercuts. He was hitting him with a lot of combinations. And for me, it's never great to see him get hit clean like that, but at the same time, I'm sure a lot of fighters saw that and said, well, Kell Brook can do it, maybe I can do it, and maybe that would give him some courage now to actually sign a contract. So it's a double-edged sword. Gennady is so dominant, nobody wants to fight him, and it just makes it even more impossible to make a fight. So it's definitely a two-way street.
Gennady, at 34, have you seen the best of you yet, or are you still improving?
Every day, every day. Respect help. It's a huge fight. That's my experience. It is not a perfect fight for me. It's fine. I don't know. This is very serious business. This is boxing. It's not 12 rounds. You know, I know my style. I know my power. Thank you, coach. I will send you someone. It's proper style. All power.
Gennady, how would you rate Kell Brook's power?
I don't know. Oh, he's the fighter. Very technical. Different style. So they are like crazy, like street fight. It doesn't matter, you know, just I don't want to be. I show him, come on, mom, beat me, like, you know, just come on, let's go, let's do it.
So did any of its punches sting at all?
I forgot. No, I don't know. I forgot. Yeah, you know, this is boxing. Of course, he beat me every round.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks again for coming out, and hope to see you again soon.
Hold on.